Hello, and welcome to Never Seen It, a podcast where we watch movies we've never seen yet. I'm one of your hosts, Betsy, and with me is my co-host and my husband. It's Trent.
Hi.
Hi, Trent. Today we are continuing on in our second part of a however many part series this ends up being for Spidey Sunday.
There is a definitive number, but
I can't think of it.
Counting is hard.
Shush. Let me finish this intro. We are watching Spider-Man 2. So the second Tobey Maguire film.
The Deuce.
The Deuce. The second of 3 for him. I have seen this movie. This is another one you have not seen.
Nope.
Now, unlike the last one, I'm going to assume you've just got no context for this one?
Not really. So in the first one I said, okay, well, I was very much aware of the beats of what happened. I know who was in it. I just never watched it from beginning to end.
Right.
For this one, I know who the villain is. I know basically everybody from the first one is back. But like how we get to it, I don't have a clue. I know Alfred Molina plays Doc Ock.
Okay.
And I think he's some kind of scientist, to my knowledge. I don't really know how they get hooked up.
Okay.
Or why he is turning evil.
Okay, well,
or anything like that.
Where we were at the end of the last story, so
Yeah.
this is a continuation. Do you have any thoughts about where the characters were at the end of Spider-Man as to what will be happening to them in the second one?
Right, and I don't know like if it picks up immediately right after the funeral, which is where we were left, right at the end of the first one, but maybe there's a time jump and then maybe Spider-Man's just been doing his Spidey things, doing what he does.
Spidey things, doing whatever Spider-Man does.
Pretty much. I don't really know what to expect as far as that's concerned.
Okay. So at the end of the movie, of course, we had a confession of love from Miss Mary Jane.
By MJ, yeah.
Do you think that will stand where he rejected her? Do you think there will be a development? Do you have any speculation?
I have a feeling it's going to be one of those, it's under the surface, because clearly Spider-Man, Peter he is in love with her, and there's something there, but it's going to be one of those, like, he's not going to act upon it unless he is in a moment of weakness, maybe? I don't know.
Okay. When last we saw Harry, apart from the funeral, he obviously sees Spider-Man bringing his father's body in. So,
and he is vowing revenge on Spider-Man in some capacity.
And that's kind of it for those two. And then, of course, it's Peter doing his Spider-Man stuff.
Yep.
So you mentioned Alfred Molina.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't remember if there's anybody else of consequence in this movie, but it's probably going to be like the last one where there's a whole bunch of actors that I just didn't even realize were in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other thoughts? Anything you know from the lexicon?
I mean, not really. I know he's got the suit with the arms. And, like, again, I have no idea what his motivation is or why he turns evil or why he has any interaction with Peter whatsoever.
Do you know the memes from this movie?
I don't think so.
I know there's at least one.
Is it one where he's like outstretched arms and he's trying to pull things in? Or he looks ridiculous, like he's trying to shit his ass.
No, but I think you'll know it when you see it, because I was waiting for one particular moment that I know is a meme, and I thought it was in the first one, but it's actually in this one.
Okay.
So you can look forward to more memes. Other than that, I guess we'll just, we'll leave it at that. We're going to go watch Spider-Man 2. And then we'll be right back.
The Deuce.
The Deuce. we're back. So that was 2004's Spider-Man 2. Trent, what did you think?
That was not as good as the first one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know, I, at the time that this came out, thought this was better. I think my opinion has changed over the years.
Okay.
But I remember thinking this one was a really, really cool sequel when I was, 19.
It's good. It's good. I'm not saying it's bad.
But you actually like the first one better.
I do. And I think there just wasn't enough Spider-Man as Spider-Man. It got too into like Peter Parker's stuff, his condition, his emotional distress,
his personal bullshit.
Yeah. So, and again, not that was bad. It's just, hey, it's not what I was expecting. Like, you got this new charismatic villain who, is kind of off doing his own thing for most of the movie.
It's true. And he's not really a villain per se.
No.
He's, as I have expressed in previous conversations with you, being a well-funded scientist is what makes you a villain.
Right.
He is a villain because of the circumstances he finds himself in, but he has somewhat altruistic means for why he's trying to do this.
Yeah.
He's just a little insane.
Right. And and apparently his arms are making him insane.
Correct. The robot alien arms.
The artificial intelligence arms.
Of course. Well, you've got to be a little bit nuts to attach something like that to your body in the first
your
place.
Fucking spine.
And the only thing stopping it from taking over your entire brain is a tiny
little
chip.
Exposed chip.
Which seems very...
that you flick it with your finger is going to break.
Basically. Yeah, he goes to all this trouble to invent this set of arms to assist in his fusion experiment.
Yeah.
Because they're not magnetic, they can withstand the elements.
And he just kind of brushes off this entire thing. He's like, oh, well, clearly I need to have these robot arms attached to my spine.
They're to help with the process.
God. Yeah, it's a lot of that stuff that just gets brushed off like it's, oh, yeah, whatever, it's fine.
Yeah. It's a quick line of scientific mumbo-jumbo. Don't you worry your little head about it. But you're right. There is a lot more exploration of Peter Parker's struggles as Spider-Man.
But here's the deal, though. He's having issues in this movie with his powers. Very clearly, he can't shoot his webs. He can't stick to walls. He doesn't have his super strength anymore. He's going through some stuff.
He's got arachnid dysfunction.
I say again.
You freaking love me.
Betsy. Yeah, he's got issues, and they don't address it. They don't say what is his real problem.
They do and they don't. His real problem is psychological.
Of course, it's all in his head.
It's as simple as that. It doesn't... I think your problem is not that he loses his powers. It's that he
loses control of his powers.
He loses control. And it would be one thing if he just couldn't shoot his webs because he's so fucked up in the head. But then the whole, vision thing where he, can't see anymore. That's a bit unusual.
Right.
I can understand maybe having a rough go of it and your body is not doing what it's supposed to or whatever as Spider-Man.
Sure. We've all been there, guys.
We've all been there.
Yeah, so I think my real issue is they don't say specifically what happened to him and what did he do to make it better. The time where he just magically got his powers back is right after he's at the diner with MJ and he's about to confess his love, but then he doesn't, but then and then she's in danger, and I guess the only way he can get it up is if she's in danger? Is that what your kink is, dude?
Well, there's an earlier scene where he's talking to Aunt May and she gives her big speech about sometimes we need a hero and you have to have like a clear focus about what you want. And then he decides that what he wants is to be Spider-Man. But that's not actually what he wants. What he wants is MJ.
Of course.
But by admitting that to himself, he can have his powers back, I guess.
But that was, of course, just after he said no.
He lied. He's about to kiss her and then a car comes flying at his head.
I'd shake my head.
I didn't write this movie. What do you want me to do about it?
Oh, this movie. Oh, boy. I wrote way more about this movie than I did about the first one. I'll tell you that much.
All right. Well, tell me some more.
Well, first of all, it's 2004 and still no one has a cell phone.
That is a fact.
Seriously, nobody has a cell phone. He uses a payphone.
Yes.
Like, at least once.
And in his cheap shithole apartment, he doesn't even have a phone.
Doesn't
There's
have
like
a phone.
Shared
doesn't even
phone.
have a goddamn bathroom to himself.
It's shared.
God.
Shared floor.
Living in New York. In a shithole apartment, if you can even call it that.
And of course, this is another one of those things they don't really address. Like, why is he here? Because he was living in a loft with Harry.
Yeah, what happened with the loft with Harry, man?
But I think what that boils down to is...
they're on the rocks.
They're on the rocks, too, just like he and MJ are on the rocks, because Harry blames Spider-Man for his father's death, and Peter feels guilty about having anything to do with Harry's father's death.
Right, and Harry still is, like, trying to interrogate Peter about, well, you certainly keep taking his picture. You must know him.
Right, so he knows...
if you knew who he really was, would you even tell me?
Yes, he knows
being
that
a little bitch about it.
Peter, quote, knows Spider-Man a little bit.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, he's being a little bit of a bitch about it. And he brings it up, like, on his fucking birthday.
Right.
Oh, were you out there taking pictures of the bug? He keeps calling him the bug.
Right.
As if, derogatory is something that must be squished.
Of course.
That's the way he refers to Spider-Man the whole movie.
Yeah. And like, James Franco, like, number one, he is, like, 10 times more confident as an actor from 1 to 2. Like, it's not even a comparison. Like, holy shit, man. You just came out of your shell.
He also has more to do here. He has an objective.
Yeah, kind of.
In the first one, he's just sort of there to date MJ and try to impress his father.
But he's like this mopey little rich kid.
Yes.
Who, like, looks at his feet. And, yeah, like, here, he's like this fucking 22-year-old CEO. He's hot shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm investing in
what
this
happened
guy.
in 2 years, dude?
He got put into the company. Yeah. Somebody had to. So basically, he didn't take over for his dad. Somebody else did that, but he is now involved with the company.
I know. He's
he has
on the
stakes
board.
in it.
Yeah. I get it. But he's just this guy who, again, inherited daddy's money and daddy's company, who thinks that he knows everything and he's gonna give money to this dude and they're gonna win a Nobel Prize because he gave him money. You didn't do a goddamn thing, dude. You just gave him the money.
But he gets to have his name tacked on it. That's
exactly.
the thing about investors. They like to give their money so that they can ultimately take the credit, even if they had nothing to do with the end product.
But there's no money in winning a Nobel Prize. There's
money.
A
little money.
You get $1 million. That's the prize.
You get a little money.
But I'm sure the money that he had to spend to get that material is not worth the $1 million you would get. But I'm sure that the product that would be made from such a thing would be profitable in some case.
And it's not like he didn't think through his choice. So Harry has picked this scientist who is trying to make free fusion, basically.
Yeah, it's him doing research on fusion power.
Yep.
And
that will change the world, and it will produce so much energy, clean, burning, free, all that shit they always talk about.
Uh-huh.
And it's going to change
the world. Ever heard of a guy named Tony Stark?
Right. It's a trope in these movies here.
Yeah.
But of course, Dr. Octavius is not Tony Stark.
No.
And he done fucked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Harry then mopes around because it fails. And then he gets right back into his obsession with Spider-Man because Spider-Man shows up and shuts down the project.
Right.
Even though he's saving everybody to do it.
Including him.
Including Harry.
Yeah. And he's even the one screaming to him, to Doc Ock, to shut it down. Shut it down.
Yep.
But he has no control over it. And he's like screaming, just like, no, I can fix it. After his wife gets cut the hell up by broken glass.
Yep. She done exploded. So yeah, it's this tragic tale. And then it just reignites Harry's bullshit vendetta.
Yeah, right.
And then we just kind of watch him the rest of the movie drinking and being stupid. Like he spends pretty much the rest of the movie drinking. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
He's at the party. He's drinking. He's in his fancy ass high-rise mansion. He's drinking.
Yeah, he's on his balcony when Ock shows up.
Yeah.
Drinking, and he grabs the glass from him. Yeah.
So yeah, it's sort of it's one note, but it's focused on that note, and he can play with it.
But again,
he has something to do.
His whole like melodrama is just stupid. I don't like it.
It's a comic book movie.
I know that, but it's like way, way, way too much.
Okay, but then by the end of the movie, he's straight up, he finds out that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Sure.
And it fucks him up.
Fine. That was good. That was a good moment for him.
So it fucks him up. He has such an absolute change. He has a crisis. He does not know what to do.
Something awakens in him.
He fucking snaps.
Yeah.
And now he's having visions of his father, and he finds all the Green Goblin shit.
Yeah, he realizes, oh, my dad was the Green Goblin, and in his vision of his father, he screams at the... he screams, "Avenge me!" Probably the best line in the whole damn movie. It's one of the last ones.
Yeah, he has one scene. He's there as a vision. Screams, "Avenge me!" And then he disappears into a shatter of glass.
Yep.
But yeah, so we're setting this up basically. Harry
for 3, yeah.
Harry
he's gonna be a
now
villain.
Gonna be a villain.
He's gonna be a villain of 3. I get it.
So that's kind of the entire storyline of Harry, and he's again sort of off on the side most of the time.
Yeah, he was kind of off to the side in the first one.
Yeah,
too.
He's not really that involved. Then we get a storyline about Mary Jane, who is now on Broadway.
Yeah, she's
in
doing
a play.
She's doing one play where she's, I guess, one of the leads.
Yes, so she's in the importance of being earnest.
Yes, her face is plastered everywhere.
Yep.
Which, do Broadway shows really get that much publicity?
No, so that was 2 things. So she was it was like a perfume ad.
Sure, yeah.
So that was why her face was everywhere. She was like the face of a new perfume.
Fine. Which, by the way, a Broadway actress in one thing is not going to get a citywide, much less a nationwide ad campaign for perfume.
Well, it's probably just citywide. Let's not toot our own horns too much here.
Oh, sorry. On the billboard, it actually said New York and Paris. So it's 2 cities.
Okay. Thank God for that.
Speaking of, she's very much in her Marie Antoinette phase, where, like, even like on stage, she looks like what she's gonna look like in that movie.
Oh, it's that ethereal, like, soft ringlets of hair.
Exactly.
Framing her face.
I think that probably came out like a year or 2 after this.
It was a few years after this, yeah.
Yeah.
But definitely close to this era.
Yeah, so it's been 2 years after the end, and she's moved on. She's met this new dude who is an astronaut, apparently.
That's right. She's dating an astronaut.
And the son of J. Jonah Jameson? What?
That's going to be her father-in-law.
They didn't really... I wanted more of that.
How did that happen?
How did that happen, dude?
It doesn't matter. We just threw it in for the convenience of the story.
Sure. For them to be an excuse for him to be there.
Right.
That's why.
Right, because, like, the character himself, her fiance by the end of the movie,
right,
he's really not interesting or important. He's just sort of there.
No. He's just a hunky-looking dude.
He's a hero astronaut who played football on the moon. Right. Good for you. Good for you.
You get a gold star for that, buddy.
Yeah, so MJ has moved on, but really she hasn't. She's still pretty hung up on Peter and keeps throwing herself at him. And he keeps saying, no, I can't be with you. And she keeps...
Doesn't say why.
She keeps being disappointed by him, even though she knows she'll be disappointed by him.
Right.
And that just, again, is that sort of thread through the movie where it's will they or won't they, will they or won't they. She says, I love you. He says, I can't. He says, I love you, but not to her face.
Yeah.
And, you know, she becomes the crux of, you know, the villain kidnapping her again. And she gets dropped and screamed. Yes, she is the damsel in these movies.
But Betsy, she actually picks up a piece of wood and is going to hit him with it at the end. No, she doesn't.
She tried.
She tried.
She was going to contribute.
I wonder if, like, that was something that she thought of. It's like, come on, Sam Raimi. Don't make me be the damsel again just screaming my damn head off. Let me hit the guy.
Let me do something.
Let me do something.
Yeah, Kirsten Dunst is no bum. Like, she could play more intense characters. She has played more, like, ballsy women before.
Sure.
So, for her to just continue playing this, like, squeaky clean, screaming damsel is... Yeah, it gets old.
Right.
She could do more.
But by the time they meet up for coffee at the coffee shop, right before the thing comes, and right before that, she's with her boyfriend, fiance, at his place.
They're like sending out wedding invitations.
Yeah, they're sending out invitations. And she's like looking at him like, man, I don't know. I don't really like you.
She likes him okay.
Let me try something. And she moves over there and tries to do the romantic upside down kiss.
Yep.
And he said something stupid.
I'm back on the moon.
It's like I'm back on the moon. Oh God. And
don't marry that bro, dude.
No, just no. I don't care how much money he has. I don't care.
It's that bugle money.
Yeah, really. Yeah, so she attempts that. It is apparently is a failure, but she wants to...
For her.
Right. And she wants to give it one more try with Peter because she has an inkling, ooh, that might have been him.
You know,
in that alley when it was raining.
There's several moments in the first movie and in this movie where it seems like Sam Raimi's direction was, your motivation is you suspect it's him.
Yeah.
But then by the end of the movie, she still doesn't actually know. It literally takes seeing his face.
Sure.
Where he takes his mask off and it's him, for it to click in her brain.
She's like, it's you.
It's like Lois Lane and Clark Kent. How do you not know?
Right. Like, he literally said Mary Jane's name before he took the mask off. While he was, like, saving her.
One of the things I hate about these movies is he doesn't have, like, I'm gonna be a Batman, talk like this voice. He just talks like Peter Parker. How do you not know what Peter Parker sounds like?
He does.
He doesn't.
He does lower
No, he doesn't.
He absolutely does.
He's not trying very hard.
Not in that scene, but, like, when he's in the public, he does lower his voice.
Barely.
He
is barely trying.
He absolutely does.
And especially, like, you know, there's a scene where he has to rescue Aunt May, and he says, we sure showed them. He sounds exactly like Peter Parker. You're telling me this woman who has been raising him since he was 6 doesn't recognize her own nephew's voice? She's not a senile old woman. She's just an old woman.
Okay. Let's talk about that. When she was having her little speech about Spider-Man, I said to you during the movie, oh, do you think she knows? Is she, like, being, like, very coy about this? And she's like, yeah, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I know it's you, but I'm not going to say anything. Ha, ha, ha.
I don't think she knows. But again, it's like the direction he gave was everybody knows your secret, but nobody actually knows your secret.
Right.
Because they all talk to him on this very personal level, like, I know, wink, wink.
Sure.
But I'm not actually going to say that I know.
And like all those people on the train.
Yeah.
We'll keep your secret.
We won't tell nobody.
We won't tell nobody.
Like, literally 40 people just saw your fucking face.
Yeah, dude.
They don't know his name, but if they saw him walking down the street, they know who he is.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the whole thing in this movie is it's will they, won't they with MJ and Peter.
Yep.
It's also will they, won't they with Peter. Is he going to be Spider-Man or isn't he?
Yep.
Oh, what else can we say about this movie? So I finally remembered, because we talked about it in the last one, and we talked about it a little bit here, who are the random people that are going to show up in this movie that I've completely forgotten about.
Okay.
So at the beginning of the movie, Asif Manvi is in this.
Yeah, for like one scene and a half.
Yep, he is his boss at the pizza shop.
Yeah.
The person who is receiving the pizza is Emily Deschanel of Bones fame, and this is several years before Bones.
Yeah.
Who else we had? Phil Lamar showed up.
Yeah,
He's one of
has
the guys
no
on the
lines.
train.
He's just one of the dudes in the train. Right.
Which, for a famous voice actor, is a strange choice to have no lines.
Yeah. And Bruce Campbell shows up again.
And, Joel McHale shows up.
And Joel McHale's there, yeah.
But yes, Bruce Campbell shows up again. And I'm such an idiot, I didn't even connect why Bruce Campbell keeps showing up in these fucking movies. Because Sam Raimi did the Evil Dead movies.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that until we were in this, and I'm watching Bruce Campbell for a second time, and I go, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also like right after the scene where Doc Ock wakes up in the operating room, and you had such a problem with this scene, and it's over the top and cheesy.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, that's because this is Sam Raimi. This is some Evil Dead shit. Oh, wait.
Which, you just said it. You just said it, Betsy. That was an Evil Dead scene.
Yes.
What the fuck was it doing in a Spider-Man movie?
It is absolutely out of context with the rest of this movie.
I hated that scene.
It's like
holy shit.
Weird puppetry and weird like quick shots.
Yeah.
And women like being dragged into darkness with their fingernails cutting into the floor.
Yeah.
And Dutch angles.
Yeah.
And strange lighting.
Uh-huh.
It is very unusual to watch now.
It was a PG-13 version of a scene like that.
There was no blood.
Yeah.
But Doc Ock just murdered all those doctors.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Seriously. I fucking hated that scene from front to back. As soon as he woke up, I figured, yeah, he's going to go a little bit nuts. But the way it was shot, the way everybody was just strewn about like crazy, it was like it was from a different movie. And I know you made these other movies. Go make another one of those movies then, dude.
Yeah.
Make this better. Make this something believable and fitting of what this movie is.
Yeah, I had never really considered this scene before. And I haven't watched this movie in a number of years.
Yeah.
But yes, I heard you just kind of yelling at the TV, freaking out about this. And then when I actually stopped to think about it, you're right. This scene contextually makes no sense compared to the rest of the movie.
Not at all.
I understand that we need to establish Doc Ock has now lost control of these things. It's not him, it's the hands, it's the mechanical arms that are doing this, because there's like AI interface, something like that in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks completely different than the rest of the movie. It feels completely different than the rest of the movie.
And if you didn't know, he bashed you over the head with it by having one of the doctors have a medical chainsaw.
I didn't even think about the medical chainsaw.
It's a fucking medical chainsaw, Betsy.
Oh, God. This just keeps getting worse the more we talk about it.
I'm not kidding. That fucking sucked. God damn it.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. And then, of course, the scene ends with him waking up and he realizes, I'm a monster. Ah!
Oh, no!
Scream to the heavens.
Yeah, he's doing his fucking Darth Vader no at the end of that fucking movie.
And in this sequence, the computer animation has not held up.
In that sequence,
it looks really bad. Now, again, this is 2 years after the first one, and just like the first one, there are parts of this movie that look amazing.
The CG looked much, much better.
For even just 2 years, it looks much better.
100%.
But there are still some spots where I'm just like, ugh. Almost 20 years later. Ugh.
Yeah, like, so the scenes that I thought were really good, like CG-wise, the stuff on the train.
The train
scene was great. Him swinging around was a lot better. It was a lot more believable. It didn't have that Matrix 2 feel to it, like he was made of plastic or rubber.
The only times I noticed that was when the two of them were falling through the air fighting.
Yes.
That's when I noticed that.
That was the other bad part of them on the clock tower, fighting just as they're falling. Like, that looked just bad.
I like that they still, in this one, did some practical effects. So they literally have Alfred Molina on a harness, and he's being kind of moved around.
Oh, yeah.
And the more they did that, the better it looked.
Because that whole thing is a puppet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are parts of it where it's a puppet, and he's just on a thing, and there's like two arms being kind of moved by puppeteers. But then all the computer animation stuff, that's where it goes a little off the rails from time to time. Yeah. Like, most of the movie, I think, still looks pretty good. And for the time, again, 2004, this was hard to do.
Yeah.
This was real hard to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there were, like, parts where he would, like, take off. Doc Ock takes off, and it's just a full-body shot, and it's all computer animation, and it just looks like this lifeless cartoon man being carried around on these arms.
Yeah.
That bothered me.
Sure.
Yeah. And again, there's nothing you could do about it. It was 2004. This is what it looks like. It probably wouldn't honestly look that much better now. Like,
we're about to find out.
We're about to find out. You know, spoiler alert, guys. He's gonna be in the new Spider-Man movie. He's in the fucking trailer.
Right.
Yeah, so I'll be interested to see how they transfer him over. So, since we're on the topic, where do you think, now that you've seen this, now that you've seen the trailer for the new Spider-Man, how the character compares, just in that little bitty clip we've gotten so far?
So are you saying, why do you think in the trailer of the new movie, why do you think that he's going after Spider-Man? Or are you saying...
Where does it fall in the timeline? Do you think he survived this? Do you think...
He clearly did not... They didn't show him dying.
Per se.
In this movie.
Per se.
Yeah.
He's drowned, quote unquote.
His eyes were open. He seemed very aware.
He seemed very dead.
I didn't think that he looked dead.
He's in the water. How is he alive?
Betsy, I don't know if you know, people can hold their breath and swim.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. And
I'm wondering if it's going to be something where it's clearly this version of Doc Ock.
Yep.
He's entering the multiverse. It's just a question of, is he there under the same circumstances?
So
is he there pre the end of this movie?
Right. At what point is he a thing?
Right.
And the one question I had was, maybe that device, maybe that ball of sun,
the fusion reactor.
maybe that has something to do with it.
I mean, maybe. Because he says, no, you can't stop it. It's self-sustaining, but drown it in the river. But it's still going at the bottom of the river.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe
you make
that has
a fair
something to
point.
do with it.
That is a very large energy source. And if we have learned anything, is there's a lot of energy, fusion, microscopic
quantum physics.
Yeah, you make a good point there, Trent. You make a very excellent point.
The only thing I can think of.
Because if it hit the bottom of the river and he went with it,
yeah,
I guess we'll find out.
Well, I guess we'll find out if this fusion reactor shows up in the next movie. What?
We'll see.
I don't know.
We'll see. But of course, he addresses Peter Parker. But which Peter Parker? Who's he talking to, Trent?
Oh, God.
In the new movie, he says, "Hi, Peter." He wouldn't know this, Peter. Unless it's a different version of Doc Ock where there's another multiverse where it's Alfred Molina and Tom Holland.
Yeah, how would Alfred Molina know the Tom Holland Peter Parker unless Tobey Maguire was also there? I don't know. It's going to be questions. All fucked up.
It's going to be so fucked up. And of course, part of the reason it's fucked up is because Doctor Strange, who gets a shout out in this movie.
He does. Also, what you didn't notice, when he's the pizza delivery dude.
Right at the beginning of the movie.
The pizza place is on Bleecker Street, which is where Doctor Strange's temple thing, whatever it is.
Yeah. And of course, it seems that he exists in some context because
Yes.
they're trying to come up with a name at the Daily Bugle for Dr. Octavius and his new mad scientist look.
Yeah.
And somebody throws out Doctor Strange, and he says, that's good.
That's already taken.
But it's taken. So at the time...
Which at the time was just a shout out to all the other nerds who knew what the hell that was.
I had no idea what Doctor Strange was until the movie came out. I had never heard of Doctor Strange.
Same here.
I had no context for it until they're like, and we're making a Doctor Strange movie. I'm like, who the fuck is Doctor Strange?
Who?
So the fact that they referenced it in 2004 is interesting to me.
Yeah.
Because they had no plans at this point. There was no phases of Marvel. They were kind of starting to think about it, though.
Which, by the way...
Iron Man came out at the end of this decade.
Sure. Which, by the way, at the beginning of the movie, a very familiar name was an executive producer.
Uh-huh.
Kevin Feige helped produce this movie. If you're any kind of Marvel fan who's seen these movies, you know Kevin Feige's name very, very well. Mm-hmm. So... maybe he was thinking about that.
This is planting the seed.
I guess.
Yeah. It had to be. Because when did Iron Man come out? 2009?
No, 2008.
2008. So that was 4 years later. Mm-hmm. But they already, when Iron Man came out, kind of knew what they wanted to do. Maybe they didn't have the phase fully fleshed out. But that one came out, and then very quickly all the rest after it.
Sure. And what they were lacking at this point was Sony. Sony still has exclusive rights to all of Spider-Man.
They have the property. It's theirs.
That is theirs. To make anything other than comic book material. They have the film rights and the TV rights and the video game rights, which is why you've seen Sony pictures on this movie, the Andrew Garfield movies, the Into the Spider-Verse movie, and all the video games that have come out recently. Mm-hmm. All of that is exclusive to Sony.
Yep. And that's why there's an entire different trilogy, or not trilogy, but there's another set of Spider-Man movies, because they came out, the Andrew Garfield came out not that long after this movie wrapped up, this trilogy, because if they didn't make the movies, they were going to lose the rights.
Yep. You have to use your licenses.
Use them or lose them.
Or you risk losing them. It's just the way licenses work.
Yeah, Marvel wants that property bad. And they would have taken it, and the Andrew Garfield movies wouldn't exist at all had they been given the opportunity. And we probably would have seen Spider-Man much sooner in the MCU than Civil War.
Totally.
Like, when he fucking showed up in that movie, that was a shock.
Right.
That was a huge deal.
Sony finally let go. They sub-licensed it to Marvel, to Disney, to put them into that stuff, which is why they were able to use the rest of the Marvel. Like, they basically started to play nice.
Yep.
You were able to have Spider-Man in the MCU, in his own movies, but produced by Sony instead of Disney.
Yep.
So
we're doing this together, basically, which is why they were kind of on thin ice.
Yeah.
And we weren't even sure we were going to get this new one pretty soon.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about that, I'm sure, when we get to it. But
yeah, thanks to Tom Holland for selling the shit out of that idea.
Oh, for getting drunk and getting on the phone with somebody.
Fucking drunk dialing the CEO of Disney or whatever the fuck he did.
He did something real stupid like that. Because he's a little derpy boy.
He is.
He's adorable. We love Tom Holland. So to segue back to this movie, now you've got Tobey Maguire at the ripe old age of 29, playing Spider-Man, aging rapidly. Again, it didn't really bother me so much because I think Tobey Maguire does have that kind of aw shucks demeanor about him.
He does, but he puts it on so thick.
Yeah, he's laying it on
in these movies. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's trying real hard to earn this role.
The shot of him at the coffee shop when he's like, I don't want to say no, but I need to say no. That was just awful. Awful. Just thick. Mm-hmm. I didn't like that whatsoever.
So speaking of that scene and other scenes that struck me, it is amazing to me how ingrained certain things are in my brain. This movie, again, huge sequel to a huge movie.
Yeah.
This was the movie of the summer, which meant we were inundated for months with the fucking trailers and the clips from this movie.
I know where you're going with this.
And the scene in the shop, in the coffee shop with the car, that was like the beginning of the trailer. Was she's saying, "Do you love me? Kiss me." And then a car gets thrown at them.
Yeah.
And it was this dramatic way to open the trailer. But then we get this speech from Aunt May later in the movie. And I'm like, oh man, she's like, everyone needs a hero or some shit like that. And then in my brain, it triggered. I forgot. Fucking Nickelback.
No, it was just Chad Kroeger, Betsy.
It was just Chad Kroeger.
It was just Chad Kroeger.
Chad Kroeger putting out that fucking hero song for this movie.
It was on the soundtrack.
It's not in this movie.
But it's not in the movie.
But it was in the trailer. When she said that, you'd hear, I'll say that a hero can save.
But you know what? It's a good song for a trailer like that.
I forgot it existed. I was living in blissful harmony, moved on in my life without that song.
Yeah.
And then I was watching this and I saw that scene and my brain immediately went back to 2004 watching that trailer and hearing that song.
Summer of 04, the summer of Chad Kroeger.
Honest to God. It's so weird how your brain works, and I've buried that deep inside of me. But watching this movie just brought it right back up.
Which I knew that song was for a Spider-Man movie. I didn't know it was this one.
It was this one.
I thought it was number one.
Which is so weird because that's not in this movie. It's only on the soundtrack.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that has to do with the fact that, again, licensing agreements and things like that, and he's on a record label.
There are plenty of movies where there are songs in a trailer or songs tied to a movie that don't show up in the movie.
I guess.
It is more common than you think.
Right. Okay, I have one more thing I want to bring up. I brought it up before, the meme thing.
Okay, all right.
As you said, yes, this is the movie where he is, as you put it, shitting his ass.
You like that one?
So yeah, he's trying to stop the train, and he's holding on for dear life, and he is just all the energy in his face. Every muscle is like he's being ripped from limb to limb.
He kind of is.
He kind of is. But that's not the one I was thinking of. The one that I was thinking of was Pizza Time.
Nope. I've never seen this. Please, Betsy, enlighten me. Why is that memeable?
I don't know. I'm going to show you this one, though, because it's so stupid.
All right. Audio podcast. Here we go.
For the listeners, you won't be able to understand this, except that it's just, the meme is when it's pizza time, and then it just says, pizza time.
That's just stupid.
It is. But this is totally a thing. If you Google pizza time memes, there's hundreds of these. I don't know why. It's like, why does anything become a meme? Why? When you look at the time, it's pizza time. when teachers start teaching kids about fractions, pizza time.
No, seriously, I've never heard of this.
Honest, guys, just do yourselves a favor. Google pizza time meme. There's pages. I'm literally scrolling through so many. So I was thinking that one was in the first one, but no, that one's in this one. So if you could say anything about Spider-Man, it's very memeable.
Sure, and it's J. Jonah Jameson laughing, like going backwards in his chair, laughing at the fact that, oh, I'm not going to pay you that much money, or whatever he says.
He needs money, and he's like, would you pay me in advance? In advance?
Right. Yeah, it was that one, and then him on the train. I can't remember what that was memed into, but I don't know. I'm not a very online person, so
no.
I understand most of them, but like a whole bunch of them just go over my head. Mm-hmm. So what else? I mean, I've said almost everything I wanted to say here, but
I mean, there's some really good action sequences. There's some really goofy scenes. So like when he's trying to get back as Spider-Man and he leaps off a building and he's yelling, "I'm back! I'm back!" And then he hits the ground because he's not back and he hurts himself and he goes, "My back! My back!"
Which, I mean, that is like directly out of a comic book.
Yes. So there's some sequences like that when he decides he's not going to be Spider-Man and you hear Burt Bacharach singing "Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head." Just like a man who's been too big for his bed.
You can stop anytime, Betsy. Yeah, like that right there was like, what the hell are you doing, man? Are you just getting stuff because you can?
I guess. I don't know. I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
So yeah, I think it's equally as goofy at times as the first one.
Yeah.
I think it's equally as entertaining as at times. I think there's kind of these core things they keep repeating, like he's struggling with living a normal existence and he's struggling with being Spider-Man and he wants to be in love and he wants to have what he wants, but you know, with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, and of that's course, kind of a trope of all of these kinds of movies.
And then, of course, at the end of the movie, MJ ditches her own wedding and confesses her love and says, "You should respect me enough to let me have a say in the matter.
I want to be in danger.
Let me make my own choices." And they kissy, and now they're together, quote unquote.
Which, hold on. While that's happening, before we move on from that scene, she shows up in her wedding dress. And he's just sitting in his apartment still.
In his shithole apartment.
Just sitting on his bed, staring at the wall, as you do.
Yeah, well, when you're Spider-Man and you don't have anything else to do, you literally just stare at the wall.
And you wait for sirens. Mm-hmm. It's like, you know what? New York City's a pretty big city. Maybe you should go and look for some stuff, dude.
Go for a walk or some shit.
Yeah. Go help an old lady across the street. Come on. Go earn a living to help your fucking aunt afford her house.
If you're so fucking brilliant, do you really need a degree to get a job at one of these places?
Exactly. But I don't know if he's actually trying to do anything. But that's not my point here. My point is, she shows up wearing this wedding dress, throwing herself at him.
Yes.
They start making out. He hears a siren, and he goes and fucks off.
Yeah, go get him, tiger.
What the actual fuck, dude? This woman is throwing herself at you.
Duty calls, baby.
Booty calls, Betsy! What the fuck? Oh my god.
It's the whole problem with this character is he can't have it all. He wants to have it all, but he can't.
And apparently neither can she.
No.
She's gonna have to deal with this bullshit for the rest of her existence, I guess.
Or as long as she's willing to put up with it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which I kind of figured that was going to happen, where she was going to figure it out eventually. I figured it was going to be in this movie.
Yeah.
And in the next movie, there's a lot more dark shit that's happening, and that's probably going to test their relationship, and maybe she's going to get killed off, or maybe they're going to get married, or maybe they just do nothing and just live happily ever after. I don't know. I don't know what happens in 3.
We've only got one more. We'll find out.
Yeah. All right, 2 more things before we get out of here. 1, I am very tired of all the screaming happening with all the women who get in danger. Holy crap, is there a lot of screaming in these movies?
There is a lot of screaming. Now that you've pointed that out, yes. Yes, indeed. Every woman on the street.
Sam Raimi, can you please just find another way to indicate danger?
To demonstrate their horror?
Right. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's a basic instinct to just scream.
Right.
But not everybody has that baser instinct.
Like that one woman in the building as Doc Ock is like walking across it with his claws.
Yeah.
She like goes like full screen camera, 2 cameras screaming. Like straight on. Like what?
It's another one of those Evil Dead kind of shots.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Man. Man.
He throws a lot more of that into this one than the last one.
Did he direct the next one?
I don't know.
I understand that the next one is, like, bad. I understand that a lot of people did not like it.
I've seen it once.
That's enough.
I'm about to see it twice.
Yeah. The only other thing, and this is the last thing, has nothing to do with the movie. There are 3 actors from this movie, from a little movie that I really like. It's a very, very different kind of a movie. There are 3 actors in this movie from the movie 13 Days.
About the Cuban Missile Crisis.
About the Cuban Missile Crisis. Great movie. Go and look it up. It's fantastic.
Well, I know 2 of them. Who's number 3?
So the first one is the professor, Peter's professor.
Yep.
Who he meets.
Dr. Connors or whatever.
Whatever. Yeah, he's his professor. Number 2 is the Russian dude who is his landlord asking for rent all the time.
Yep. Who always plays a Russian.
He plays the Russian ambassador in that movie. The third one, you don't actually see his face.
Okay.
He is the doctor in the hospital scene that is about to open him up or like cut off his limbs, and he says, "Anybody here take shop class?" or whatever the fuck he says.
Who is he in 13 Days?
He is the press secretary in 13 Days.
I reckon, yeah, you're right. You never see his face.
His voice.
He's got doctor
He's got a mask
scrubs on.
Yeah.
He's got a mask on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recognized him vaguely, like the little you could see.
You
but I
didn't really
think
know
about it.
what you knew him from, but you knew him from something.
Yeah, one of those character actors who's in everything.
But yeah, he was in that movie as the press secretary.
Well, there you go then.
Yeah,
that movie has grown on me. 13 Days. I saw it, I think, in high school. I want to say we watched it in history class or something.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It's very dry. It's a little long.
Great history.
But it's solid. It's a good movie. It has grown on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's worth seeking out, I would say.
Probably the best Kevin Costner movie I've seen. Because he's the star of that movie.
Yeah. I don't know if I would say it's the best one I've seen him in, but I'd have to think about that.
I haven't seen a lot of them.
That's
but
true.
To me, it's his best one.
Yeah, fair enough.
But that's pretty much it from me about what I thought about Spider-Man 2. Did you have anything more?
No, I'm sure we could talk at length about the meat and potatoes, but we covered the bulk of it.
Yeah, we're not going to go through the step-by-step stuff this time.
No. We've covered most of this movie, so I think we've said about all we can at the moment.
Yeah, so I'm interested in seeing Spider-Man 3. I know it is not very well liked by a lot of people, and I'm curious to see why. We'll go over what I know about it in the next episode. So that's going to do it for this one. But before we go, we are going to read an email. This one is going to come in from Andy in St. Paul. From Andy about subject line, Dune and others. Hey, Betsy and Trent, long-time listener, first-time writer-inner. Okay. I just finished your Dune episode and 100% agree with your assessment. It is a cool, beautiful film that feels like a prologue to the rest of the series to come, which I am now very excited for. Agreed.
Ditto.
I could see it possibly being nominated for a Best Picture Oscar, but I don't think it'll win this year. If the rest of the installments live up to Part 1, the final chapter may get the award a la Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
I did have that thought. This is the kind of movie where if it's not the whole thing, they usually give the awards to the sum of its parts, which is the final movie.
Exactly, yeah. And you know what? Return of the King totally deserved it.
Absolutely.
Totally deserved it.
My God, what an amazing movie.
Yeah.
I cry for about 40 minutes at the end of that movie.
Yes, we are fans. Moving on, I agree with superfan Stephanie's email about Pixar movies making me cry. Good job getting her title right. Toy Story 3 and especially Coco get to me every time. We haven't seen Coco yet.
You also haven't seen Toy Story 3.
That's true. Another non-Pixar movie on the list for me is Finding Neverland. I love it, but I'm always a complete wreck at the end of it. I don't remember crying at Train to Busan, but it is a good movie, and I would recommend it for next year's Halloween slate if you plan on doing that again. We'll definitely do it again. We might throw in some,
There's so
movies that we would normally put in there at a random time. Who knows?
There's so much to choose from.
Everything we do here is on a whim, guys. Nothing is planned out.
Not very far, anyway.
No. He continues, I have also been catching up on some of your older episodes that I had missed, so forgive me for the following long and somewhat outdated comments. Hey, fine. I'm all for feedback no matter what it's from. First, speaking of Pixar, in your Frozen episode and subsequent email discussions, you keep referring to Frozen as a Pixar film, but it isn't. Yeah, we know. It is actually an official Walt Disney Animation Studios movie, like Tangled and Moana. Obviously, both are owned by Disney, but it might explain some of your subverted expectations, for example, the lack of John Ratzenberger. Yes, we have subsequently figured out that, yeah, it's not a Pixar movie, which also explains why they separate Frozen from the rest of, like, the Disney princess stuff.
No, that's a whole separate issue, but yeah, the whole Pixar versus Disney thing.
Yeah.
I think my problem with that is not that I don't understand the distinction, it's that you and I grew up when they were still doing hand animation.
Sure.
And in my head, that's a Disney movie, even though they haven't done that since The Princess and the Frog, and I don't believe they will really ever go back to it.
No, nobody knows how to do it anymore.
But the computer animation, to me, I affiliate with Pixar.
Yeah.
Because they're one in the same company, I think it just screws up my head.
And I imagine they use some of the same, like, tools and technology to make that stuff.
Absolutely.
It's just a different group of people doing it.
Right. And I know there's a distinction, but my brain just wants to group them all together.
Fair enough.
Like, I can draw a line in the sand where I know that is Disney and that's DreamWorks.
Sure.
I know that distinction, but because it's two products within Disney, I can't keep them straight. It's a stupid little thing.
Who cares? That's what I say. Second, for Black Widow, I was surprised that you didn't mention the cinematography. I enjoyed the movie overall, but found some of the camera choices to be distracting, especially the overuse of shaky cam and lack of establishing shots. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on that, or even if you noticed it at all.
You know, it's been a few months since we've seen that one.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to go with I didn't notice it at all.
Yeah.
Because when you bring that up, I can't remember it. But I think it's just one of those features you maybe notice on repeated viewings.
Sure.
And it's now out.
Yeah,
like,
we
can
haven't
just go watch it on
we haven't
Disney.
revisited it on Disney Plus yet. It is out as of this recording. But when I try to think back, I mean, the opening scene, the thing I always remember about that movie is what I mentioned in the episode, where it's at the very beginning, they're escaping in the airplane, and you can see some shit in the background, like the Hardy sign that I mentioned, that you didn't even see because you were looking at the plane and the people trying to get on the plane, right. I'm sure. But, you know, then I think about the scene of them trying to break out the father from the prison, and that looked okay, but yeah, nothing really comes to mind. I would absolutely look at it. I want to watch it again. I know you do.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe we'll notice some of those things that Andy is talking about when we watch it.
Yeah, and you even said, yeah, man, I'm not really into this one that much. Can't really get into it.
Yeah, it's not that I disliked it. I just didn't like it as much as some other people did.
Sure.
And I like to try to explore that and figure out why.
Right.
Because there have been movies like that where I just didn't like it the first time. I watch it again, I'm like, okay, now I get it.
Right.
Like sometimes it's just like the mood you're in or the context you're watching it.
Yeah.
And that makes all the difference.
Well, and you know, that was probably one of the first movies we saw out of quarantine.
That is true.
Yeah. So
I
maybe
think that was the first one.
I think it might have been. And third from Andy. Hey Betsy. Hey Betsy. I'm with Trent on Goonies. Oh, no. I got another one. I can understand how kids who grew up with it have had a nostalgic appreciation for it, but I first watched it as an adult, and I had a lot of trouble getting into it. It's very 80s. That said, one of my other favorite podcasts, the Film Reroll, used the setting of Goonies as the basis for a tabletop RPG, and turn it into a really fun adventure story. I'd recommend checking out the podcast. I think you would both enjoy it. I don't think I've heard of that one.
No, but that sounds interesting, and I could see how you could turn it into something, because that's basically what it is. The movie's an adventure.
It's an adventure, I get it. And it's a bunch of kids, and it sucks. He finishes up here. Thanks so much for doing the podcast. I always look forward to seeing you pop up in my feed. Take care, from Andy in St. Paul. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Andy in St. Paul.
Yeah, St. Paul's awesome. So yeah, Betsy, that's the end of this here show. Spidey Sunday.
Yeah.
Yet again.
So we'll have another few Spidey Sundays. Yep. We've got some stuff planned in between.
Yep.
Because we do 2 of these a week.
Yep.
So on the Wednesdays.
Still doing it.
Wednesdays, you're not getting Spider-Man. Sorry, guys. Nope. We can't do it every day.
Nope. There aren't that many Spider-Man movies.
No. Luckily, there is a finite number. And one of which we have both seen and will not be included in this run.
It's true.
Sorry, guys.
It's true.
But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. We'll be back on Wednesday with our next episode, and then back next Sunday with Spider-Man 3.
Yep.
In the meantime, reach out to us.
neverseenitpod@gmail.com is the email address, and
neverseenit_pod on Twitter.
Yeah, she did it, everybody. And if you want to click the link in the podcast description about sending us money, that's cool. If you don't, that's also cool.
You're cool.
Are they, Betsy?
They listened this long, they're cool.
They're pretty cool then. All right, that's the end of the show. I'm Trent.
I'm Betsy.
This has been Never Seen It. We'll catch you next time.
Bye, guys.